Hey guys, Hailey here. Happy Saturday and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with two very special guests, my lovely roommates, and we are going to be answering the questions that you asked in response to a video I posted. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
You can go first.
Okay, hi, I'm Leah. I went to Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa. I'm a cognitive science major and a statistics minor.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I transferred from Fullerton College from Fullerton, California, and I'm majoring in English with a minor in education.
And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Hailey. I went to West Valley College in Saratoga, California, and I'm an applied linguistics major. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into the questions. Here's a great one to start with. What other schools did you apply to?
Oh Lord.
I applied to almost every UC except for Merced and Riverside, and no Cal States. I didn't do the requirements for the Cal States.
I did the exact same thing.
I applied to most UCs. I applied to Berkeley, Davis, UCLA obviously, San Diego, and second question, did you guys go to Admitted Students Day at UCLA or at any other schools before making a final decision? And if so, did waiting to SIR affect getting housing negatively or getting a good orientation date?
I had two schools I was really serious about going, but the other one was Berkeley, and it was so far away that going to the student day wasn't possible for me at the time. I was still finishing up my last semester at community college. But I did go to, I believe we call it Bruin Day, and which was like a day long. It was involved with tours and panels and stuff. So I did go to that one.
And then for me, I did not go to any. I only got accepted into UCLA and Davis, and I honestly knew that I wanted to go to UCLA, but I still didn't go to Bruin Day. I went to my sister's graduation instead. But I know that it doesn't affect your orientation date. They have a lot of dates that you can choose from, and it goes like upon several months from what I know, at least at UCLA. I'm sure the other UCs are the same way, because they know that you want to like check out other schools, and I think they actually like vary out their days too for the like,
For
you
sure.
know, when you get to see tours and stuff.
I went to Bruin Day and I also went to Cal Day as well as the transfer specific admitted student day, and Bruin Day was really fun. By the time I went to Bruin Day, I had already accepted my offer of admission. Cal Day, I didn't even know if I had gotten into Berkeley yet, and then the transfer specific admitted students day was just like really weird, and I got a weird vibe, and that was pretty much when I made the decision that I wasn't going to go to Berkeley. And then to address the second part of the question, which is about like orientation / housing is a really hot topic. I don't think that SIRing had anything to do with housing, honestly, because I believe they were in two different time frames. Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. So a lot of you guys asked about housing, so let us just talk about that for a little bit, because we do live in single suites. So we are suite mates. We don't live in the same room, but we share a hallway and a bathroom, private hallway, private bathroom. So a lot of people ask me, how did you get a suite? Honestly, I think Leah already said this at this point in the video, it's a lottery system. For UCLA, I think you have like 12 options, and you order them, you rank them in the order of which building that you want to live in the most. If you want a single, literally what I did, and I just got lucky because I did end up getting a single, and I'm probably sure that you guys did something similar, is I just looked at which buildings had single rooms, and I marked all of those first before I marked like any doubles or triples.
My situation was a bit different because I didn't originally apply for singles. I applied for doubles, and then after all of those options were done, I applied for triples. But I was given a triple in the summer, and I petitioned it. So if you get a housing option that you don't want, accept it when you have it, but immediately fill out the petition form. It's going to be right underneath it with your email, and then they can review it again, but you won't learn till late summer if anything changed. So I originally got declined around July, but in August I got another email that I got switched to a single. So just keep trying if you don't get it the first time.
definitely look at the floor plans before you do your application. Another thing though, like Hailey was saying, you can choose your style room based off of the building, but also you can choose your style based off of how many roommates you want, if you want a shared or private bathroom, etc. But definitely look at the floor plans too, because those little descriptions may be a little bit misleading.
On the application, they do ask you a lot of questions about your lifestyle. So they ask, are you a quiet person? Do you sleep with the lights on? Do you sleep with music on? Do you sleep with the TV on? Do you smoke? Do you drink? So I think that a lot of people who are living in single rooms are probably going to answer no to most of those questions. So if you want a single room, be aware of the fact that you'll need to indicate that on the application, but also please be respectful of the fact that if you do end up getting a single room, the people who are living with you have the expectation that you're not going to drink, you're not going to smoke, you're not going to be loud, and you're not going to, be slamming doors at 6 a.m. You're not going to leave the lights on. So there is a lot to consider. Even though we do have the luxury of having privacy and having our own rooms, we still do have some shared spaces.
Yeah, there's a misconception that I found online when I was applying. You have a better likelihood of getting a single room if you make yourself look like a difficult roommate on the application. That doesn't work. I have seen it not work. You will get stuck in something you don't want.
We have so many ESAs. We could practically start an animal shelter.
Seriously?
We love them all.
We have got Mr. Boujou, we've got Miss Hazelnut, we've got Mr. Pingu, who is like on a hiatus right now. Don't
He's
know where
coming
he's
back.
coming back.
He's coming back.
We've got Blue, which is Boujou's sister, and Miss Leah, if you'd like to take off, since she has Miss Hazelnut.
Yeah, so ESAs are an amazing topic. Once again, ESA stands for Emotional Support Animal. Okay.
Should have been wearing something with UCLA on it because she just.
Why do you have a fucking Duke sweatshirt on?
I have my UCLA.
Tear it off, girl. Shake
Okay,
it off.
okay.
Oh my
Let me tear it off.
Okay, so freaking Leah had on a Duke sweatshirt for some reason to do a UCLA video.
I was
so.
supporting my sister. Go Duke. Okay.
Okay, continue.
So to go a little bit further on the ESAs, so to get an ESA, you do have to get a doctor's note, and that's for people who suffer from anxiety, depression, etc. And then you'll get a license to have your ESA in your dorm. Those people are actually more likely to get single suites. That's for reasons like respect out of other people. If you were to live with other people, they might be allergic, they might be afraid of certain animals. For those reasons,
That's why
Yeah.
you're more likely to get a single suite. But that being said,
yeah.
if you do not truly suffer from any type of illness, do not run out to your doctor and tell them that you do in an effort to get a single room.
You can get rejected.
You can get
And
rejected.
people who actually need it are gonna be kicked out from it just for personal comfort, and that's not always
True.
the good thing to do.
Do you like having a room alone or wish you'd have a roommate? And also any advice on making friends as a transfer student?
Can I start with a song?
Sure.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Okay, you know what? What I do not do is I do not live with other people, okay?
Same.
I don't regret having a single at all, my friends. Honestly, it comes down to a matter of what time you wake up might be completely different from someone else. Your sleeping habits, some people might snore, some people like to study at night, so they might have the light on when you're trying to sleep. There are so many different factors that you may not understand until you finally move in with somebody. Not that it's always a bad thing when you're living with somebody, but there are pros and cons, and so I do not regret living by myself.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Advice on making friends as a transfer?
Go to the events during week 0. Week 0 is filled with different get to know you events. There's a activities fair, so get involved early and just look at what's around you. You can find people who are interested in any type of passion that you may have. So reach out early. You can join at any point in the quarter for most things, and you can join at the beginning of every single different quarter.
Also, transfer mentors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not personally a part of a mentor group, but Jessica is, and she goes to stuff all the time. She's become pretty close with her mentor. What was it like mentally during your time at community college, given the intensive nature of studying and schoolwork you must have been doing? Oh my.
Oh
you have
my
something
gosh.
to say, y'all.
Okay, so for those of you out there who are like community college students and you're working full-time or even part-time, like, oh my gosh, rock on. I did 23 credits during one semester, which is like nearly impossible. And I also had 2 jobs on the side. And that was really rough, you know, you have this mentality of not actually being accepted anywhere yet. So you're kind of struggling and like you want to get all A's but then you also want to take time to learn like really good material. So it's pretty rough, but honestly, it pans out in the end. Yeah.
For me, it was it was also stressful. I think college in general is pretty stressful. My struggle came more with trying to find what I wanted to go to school for. So one of the reasons I went to community college was because I didn't know what I wanted to do outside of high school. And while I was in community college, I didn't know either. So it was just trying to find what I loved doing, and that took 3 years to do and very last minute applications.
Same.
Yep.
The funny thing about all 3 of us is that we all went to community college for 3 years. Like,
that's like the new standard now.
I guess, yeah, a lot of people are doing that. On a related note, we have another subscriber asking if you guys had jobs during community college, what did you do, and how many hours a week did you work?
I went through about 2 or 3 jobs when I was in community college. The first one was working at a pizza place. That was a really, really short amount of hours, maybe 20 a week. But I became a server after that for about 1.5 years, and that took about 25 to 30 a week on top of babysitting on weekends. So I would say roughly around 33 to 35 hours a week.
Yikes.
For me, I had a lot of different jobs, sometimes at the same time. I had up to 3 jobs at the same time. Let's see. I worked as a barista at Coffee Bean. I was a manager at Ulta. I worked at Ann Taylor Loft. It's a clothing store. And then I was also working at a hair salon on the weekends. And for me, I probably worked 30 to 50 hours a week. So,
Oh my.
yeah.
That's a lot.
I felt the pain.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I worked from 2013 to January 2018. I worked as a consultant selling bridal and bridesmaids and prom dresses at a bridal boutique. And then in January 2018, I got a new job, and that was working at LinkedIn as a receptionist, which was pretty cool. And then for both of those jobs, I was full-time. When I was working at the bridal shop, I was closer to like 30 to 35 hours, but then once I got the job at LinkedIn, that was a 40-hour-a-week job. Another really hot question, this comes from Carla Mora. What does UCLA look for in transfer students besides GPAs and academics? And also, does UCLA require certain transferable science classes that other UCs don't?
Yes.
Yeah, she might be able to answer that since she's in STEM.
I can answer this whole damn
All right,
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay,
Wow.
so the biggest thing besides GPAs and academics, oh my god, your insight, what are they called? The insight,
personal
insight questions. It's basically your application essay. That is the breaking point for your acceptance. And personally, I would work on that extremely early if you're planning to transfer.
Let me tell you, friends, if you start on November 30th at 8 o'clock and it's due at 11:59,
Oh no.
it's not going to be
Oh,
good.
no.
I
It's
had
not
someone
gonna be
do
good.
that.
Oh.
In one of my English classes, someone was applying and they did that and they did not get in. So, warning.
For personal insight questions, super important. Obviously, the application is like holistic and there are a lot of aspects and components to the application, but this is really an important component of the application because it's where you give context to your application, because without it, you're pretty much just like some grades on a piece of paper, right? But you need to explain your story, and they really want to hear a lot about who you are as a person and the growing that you've done in community college.
Yeah, it's okay to get it edited by a lot of people too. As long as it's your work, get it edited by as many people as you can in the time frame that you have. UCLA does require certain science and math, STEM classes in general that other UCs don't. I would go on assist.com. It's ASSIST.com, and you can type in your community college and then type in UCLA, and it'll tell you which classes transfer, which you need, and you can always compare it to other UCs as well. Some don't require as many, some require more, so that's definitely good to look at.
Also, I would, on Assist, compare similar majors, related majors, and look at their different requirements. Like, for example, for me, I'm not STEM, but when I was looking at linguistics versus applied linguistics, I ended up going with applied linguistics because for regular linguistics, they wanted me to have like multiple foreign languages for a certain amount of years, and I wasn't down with that. So that's what ultimately swayed my decision. Okay guys, so as it turns out, you have a lot of really great questions that we can't tackle in one video. So we're gonna split this video into part 2, which will come at you next week. So be on the lookout for that. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.